Hi guys, in this video I want to talk you through a Excel sheet that I had done to explain why the ratio of your investment compared to your income is more important than how much you earn. And the reason for that is pretty simple. And it is to do with the length of time that it would take you to achieve financial independence. So if we look at this example, as you can see here, I've noted notional income of $1,500 a month, and then we've got different rates of investment. So the lowest there at 5% of the income, and that increases all the way up. I've done it as far as 50%. Okay, I think it's probably unrealistic to expect people to be able to invest more than 50% of your income, but hey, if you can, happy days, and you'll see why shortly. So if we go back to the first one there, where you had somebody investing 5% of their income per month on $1,500 per month, you're talking about £75. That is assuming then that we are investing all of our remaining disposable income after everything else has been paid. So in essence, we're assuming that living expenses are costing this person $1,425 per month. Because your F.I.R.E target is essentially your annual living expenses multiplied by 25, at that rate of investment, I would suggest that your F.I.R.E target should be this amount multiplied by 12 to give you the annual total of your living expenses, and then multiplied by 25 again to give you 427,500. That would be the target. Okay, so over here to the right, you can see we've got investments and predicted average growth of 10% per annum. So the £75 per month multiplied up by 12, and then also augmented by 10% for the growth, would give us just under £1,000 invested at the end of the first year. Then add to that the growth at the end of the second year, and so on. And you can see the years listed along the top there, and you can see the amount of the portfolio increasing as we go. So there's year 10, 11, 12, 13, and so on. And I've done it as far as year 20, just for this example. And then I've actually put in a wee F.I.R.E target reminder, which just replicates what was on the left hand side there for the F.I.R.E number. So at the end of 20 years, at a 5% ratio of investment, we've managed to gather up a portfolio value of roughly 56,700. Compare that to the F.I.R.E target. As you can see, that was 427,000. So F.I.R.E has not been achieved there. This person has not achieved financial independence after 20 years. Now, that said, if you had a longer time frame to work with, and so on, it may well be that they would achieve F.I.R.E. Although, just looking at the difference in those numbers, I would say it's probably quite a ways off. So, and obviously at a quick glance you can see here as you look down these different numbers here, the first few of them do not achieve FIRE, and it's only whenever we get to this line that FIRE is achieved, and it's only achieved in the 20th year of investing. So let's go back to the left hand side. We'll see how much that was. There you can see it. So that one was an investment rate of 30% of the income, or £450. And as I explained before, that then assumes a living expenses cost of just over £1,000 per month. So when you multiply that up, the FIRE target is obviously lower than the first one there. It's only 315,000 as compared to 427. So obviously the more you're able to invest, the lower your FIRE target is going to be accordingly. So it's interesting just to see the how this actually plays out in reality. Let's actually look at the other numbers that I have done this for. So as I say, 30% there, 315,000 the target, 35%, 292.5, 40% would give you 270,000, 45%, 247.5, and 50% would give you a FIRE target of 225,000 for an income of £1,500 per month. So if we go across the right again, so remember this is somebody investing half of their income per month, and frankly it doesn't matter how much you earn, because it's the proportions that matter here. And whether you earn 1,500 or you earn 15,000 per month, the same will apply, because if your living expenses are of the same order, then it'll take you the same kind of length of time to achieve the FIRE target that you need before you can declare yourself financially independent and think about retiring early. Actually, let me just go up here because I want to freeze the frame so that you can see the years listed underneath. That would be a lot more helpful. So if I freeze this here, hopefully that will do it for me. There we go. So I've kept the percentage on the screen, I think. As well as the years. Okay, so as I say, so looking at the 50% one, there's the amount at the end of the first year. Let's run through and see how long it takes before we actually reach the FIRE number of 225,000. So there's 10 years of investing. We are more than halfway there at that stage. And year 13, we move into FIRE territory. Year 12, we still had another nearly 15,000 still to build up, but by year 13, assuming everything performs as expected, we would reach the target. So for comparison, let's just have a look at the other ones. So that was 50%. If you were managing to invest 45% of your income, you could expect that to take 14 years if starting from zero. If it was 40%, it looks as if it's going to be more like 16 years to reach 270,000 on an income of 1,500. Then for, is that 35%? Yeah, 35%, roughly 18 years. And finally, as we had said before, at 30%, you're going to be looking at about 20 years, starting from scratch. So obviously, as you can see, this is not a particularly short-term thing. It is something that takes time. It takes regular investment every month. Really, it is best if you can, as it has been said elsewhere, set it and forget it, so that the investment happens automatically monthly, without any intervention by you that is going to take things off course. I've put a wee note at the bottom here, just to say that your annual expenses will likely change over time. For example, will your mortgage be paid off by the time you retire? Will you still need to financially support children, etc.? And that's just to kind of make you think, is it likely that that your living expenses are going to stay as they are now, or is it more likely that they will decrease over time? Or do you think, is there some reason that your living expenses may actually increase over the time frame that you're looking at to get to FIRE? And if that is the case, you might need to adjust your FIRE number accordingly. Guys, I will put that on the website at soft.uk.free.fr, and I'll upload it also onto the Telegram at t.me/FIRE NHS. Thank you for watching. I hope you found it useful. Please feel free to like, subscribe, leave any comments or questions, and I will do my best to answer them. Please remember that everything here is purely a simulation for illustrative purposes. There are no guarantees with investments. They can always fall as well as rise, and you should never invest more than you can afford to lose.